What is up, everyone? This is Too Slow, aka Seabass. Today I'm working on this Celica that I recently purchased for $700. Yes, $700. I bought this Celica. It is a 2001 action package Celica. Joseph already came to take the front bumper because I offered it to him for the Celica meet that we're gonna have. And one side skirt is still here. Rear valence is still attached. Spoiler is still there. All OEM. Unfortunately, if you guys saw my previous video, you guys would have noticed or would have seen that this side skirt flew off on the side of or on the highway, and I had to pull over and rip it off. So I'm a little sad about that. That the side skirt is damaged now, but I can easily fix it. It takes time, obviously, but. So, the main issue of this Celica, every time I crank it, it sounds like it has no compression. So I'm going to do a compression test on this engine and see how, I don't want to say healthy, but see how much life is left on this 2ZZ. The guy who I bought it from says that it's, he says it's not the original engine. He says it's a different one off another vehicle. So what I'm gonna do while I swap out anyways, before I get to that, obviously on the drive here, if you guys saw the previous video, you guys would have seen that I broke down on the side of the highway. So what ended up happening was the car overheated. Let me see if I have the hoses right here. I threw the hoses inside and oh jeez. Where's the hose at? Oh, here it is. So this is the hose that ended up ripping wide open. Yeah, this hose has seen better days. It is stretched out, it is swollen. When a hose looks like this at the end, when it's swollen, swelled up, whatever you want to say, this is no good. This hose is already bad, this hose is already damaged. So that's the one that ripped on me on the side of the highway. So I had to pull over and pretty much monkey something together, or what do they say, Mickey Mouse. But I kind of like that it has this quick disconnect, but only on one side. I don't know why it's only on one side, but how old is this battery? This is month, so then June 7. It doesn't even say the year. Well, anyways, I think this battery is not that great because it doesn't sound good. Every time I crank the engine, it sounds like it's weak. What's up, BB? So the battery sounds like it's weak. To me, it sounds like it's no compression on the engine. Like it sounds bad. It doesn't sound great, but I may be wrong. I'm gonna do a compression test on the engine and see if it's worth fixing or if it's not worth fixing. But basically what I ended up doing here was I looped the heater core hoses, not connected. I looped them from the side to the back, and I think it's building pressure not in the right way. So I bought the hoses, so I'm gonna go ahead and swap those out and see if I can get this engine to bleed properly. And wow, that's not good. Anyways, let's try and see if I can do something about this. So a great way to make sure your heater core isn't clogged, just shove the water hose and make sure water's running out of it through the other side. So unfortunately, the 2ZZ that was in this Celica before, it blew a head gasket, I guess, from what the guy told me. And they added some of that head gasket sealer crap in it, and so that thing was just full of it. It first started to come out green coolant, then it started to come out that color. I probably should have gotten it in video, but damn it, that was my bad or my fault. So heater core did start squirting out clean water, so that's a good sign. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this hose over here and just shove water through it and hope to see if I could at least clean up the whole engine, because it was overheating on me the whole way. It wasn't whenever we tried to bleed it, it wasn't properly bleeding, and I presume the thermostat's either stuck open from all the rust or from all this crap. So I'm gonna go get a new thermostat from Toyota. That's a good thing that they keep those in stock, because it's like kind of universal for like a lot of cars. And yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let me actually remove the lower radiator hose. So I removed both radiator hoses. I'm gonna go ahead and shove this on this side and see how much crap comes on that side. So it's not clogged. Okay, that's a good sign. All right, so we're getting clean water coming out of the hoses now. So the whole purpose of what I just did was to clean the block, the heater core, and the radiator, because I was suspecting that the crap that the guy put on the previous engine probably affected the galleys or like the passageways of the whole cooling system. But obviously we got clean water out of there, we got clean water out of here, we got clean water out of the radiator, and we got clean water coming out of the lower radiator hose, and or is this to consider the upper? I don't know. But anyways, clear water's coming out everywhere, but that doesn't mean that we have to run tap water, because it's actually not good for the aluminum on the radiator. So I'm gonna go ahead and release all the pressure, if there's any. But what I'm gonna do is now I'm going to unhook that hose. It's just clear water now. It's not dirty water. So we're gonna let all the water come out, and then I'm gonna go to the grocery store right now, and I'm gonna go buy distilled water and see if the thermostat sets. Jeez, it's so bad. I'm gonna see if the thermostat sets and see if I could drive this car without it overheating and whatnot. But oh, check it out. Here are the old hoses. Really, really bad. So this one lost its shape. Like, holy crap. But we got new ones from work. So what I love about Honda is they can order parts from this one. I don't know if they're like worldwide or not worldwide, nationwide, but they're called Monument Auto Parts. And I was able to get them to, I was able to get my work to get me some hoses, and I'll show you guys right now. But I was able to get some hoses from work, and if you guys need the part numbers, here they are. There's one right there, and there's the other. So if you need heater coil hoses, these are it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and replace the hoses. I got one right here. I got this kit off Harbor Freight, really, really cheap. Has the correct sizes for this. So this one goes, this is the first one we want to put in. Ended up replacing them already. Had to stretch this one a bit, but it's already installed. Let's give it a go. Fucking weirdo. Anyways, got those installed. Put the reservoir right here on top. Gonna bleed the cooling system. Since I don't know what I'm gonna do with this car yet, I'm just gonna use distilled water. So just pop in the battery and see if it leaks. I like this quick disconnect going on here, even though it's kind of shitty. All right, start the engine. So I'm going to run a couple times distilled water, because you can see there's still some of that head gasket repair stuff in the cooling system. So I'm gonna run water maybe like 2 or 3 times. Like, one of these is like 80 cents, so it's really, really cheap. So I don't mind wasting the distilled water, but Eventually, when this is all clear, then I'll run coolant in it. But right now I'm bleeding the system.